How are we doing? So it is Saturday morning. It's a rest day for me today, and I'm going to take you through a full day of eating. But it's not just going to be my food today. I'm going to show you how you can set up your diet for the most success possible. I'm going to show you my complete diet, how I'm covering my micronutrient basics, my macronutrients, and why I choose the foods I do. But I'm going to get into meal one quickly right now. I'm going to quickly make it up. I'm not going to record it because I need to get into town in the next 20 minutes. So I've got 20 minutes to make this meal, eat it, and then get into town. But I'll record the meal once I've ate it, and then I'll explain why I'm eating the foods I am for meal one, and then we'll do that for the rest of the day. In terms of my total calories right now on a rest day, I'll put them here. And I'm eating that through 5 meals at the minute. So let's get into meal one. Meal one for me is sourdough, eggs, some medallions, and then some salads. Nearly dropped the mic, nearly dropped the camera. And then some salad stuff, so like spinach, beetroot for some micronutrients. Also, a quick one, guys. If you've watched any of my previous videos, you know I didn't have a hob or an extractor fan or an oven. And I've been using pretty much just an air fryer and microwave for the last like 4 months. Look at this. Amazing. It feels amazing to have that. Can now have some fried eggs again. Let's make this meal. Right then, guys, here is meal one. So we've got sourdough, eggs, medallions, some spinach, beetroot and tomato. I'm going to quickly scran this because then I need to take Revan to town for an appointment in 5 minutes, and when I'm back I'll explain the food choices a little bit further. So let's eat this. Very hungry, and I'll see you when I'm back from town.
Don't do that shot. Don't do that. Yeah. What do you got, Kyle? Come on, that had to have struck up.
I think one, so we've been talking a lot of things, I guess.
Yes, YouTube, we are back from River's appointment. And I've just done 4 check-ins, and I've got 3 more to do. But before I do the rest of those check-ins, I need to go prep my food for the rest of the day. So I'm going to bring you down to the kitchen and we can prep the food for the day. Before I do that though, I want to summarise some of the key points with the diet. Number 1, I am trying to use at least 4 to 5 different protein sources throughout the day. I'm trying to use 4 to 5 different carbohydrate sources throughout the day. The reason being is I want to keep some diversity in my diet. I want to change the sources. If you consistently smash the same sources of food over and over again, it will eventually lead to some digestion issues. If you continuously have just the same food without any variety, it can lead to intolerances building up. So we want to keep it varied. Plus, just having different food throughout the day keeps the diet exciting. It makes it so much more enjoyable. The main thing here is all of these sources are from whole food sources. So in terms of micronutrients, I'm going to be getting majority of that through fruit and vegetables, and then the meat will cover the rest of it. In terms of getting micronutrients, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sum up all the micronutrients, how I'm getting them, at the end of the video once I've showed you all the fruits and the veg that I eat throughout the day. But a good rule of thumb here is to use different colours of fruits and vegetables, and I like to have 800 to 1,000 grams of fruits and vegetables combined throughout the whole day. So that'll be split. On a rest day, that'll be split very much sort of like 200 grams per meal. On a training day, I will reduce the veg a little bit on my post-workout meal, just because I want that food to absorb really quickly, and I don't want to have a bunch of fibre and things slowing it down. But good rule of thumb is I'm having sort of 200 grams of fruit or vegetables per meal. So they're the basics. I am drinking 7.5 or consuming 7.5 litres of fluid a day. So I drink around sort of 6.5, and then I have around 1 litre through my oats and my cream of rice. And because I'm drinking this amount, I am very much on top of my electrolytes. So I have 5 grams of pink salt per day and 5 grams of low salt per day to supply the potassium. Any other potassium that I need is made up through a couple of my other food choices, which is banana, spinach, and dates. So that keeps my electrolytes in a good spot. That is basically the main things with the diet. Now I'm going to take you through meal 2, meal 3, meal 4, whatever. But I'm going to go prep them first, and I also had a comment asking me how I make my oats. So I'm going to show you me prepping them and how I make the oats. So I'm going to prep my cream of rice now because I like that cold. I'm going to prep my oats because I like to leave them in the fridge. There is a reason why I do that. I'll explain that when I actually eat the oats. And I'm also going to prep my chicken for the day. So that'll be 2 meals prepped and part of another meal prepped. Whack the oven on. Right, oven is on. Set that to 200 degrees. And then I've got some chicken breast I will put in. And I put it in for around 30 minutes. I think, well, it depends. If I've got frozen chicken breast, that will go in for anywhere between 45 to 50 minutes. If I've got fresh chicken breast, 25, 30 minutes will do. I actually have frozen chicken breast, but I put it in the fridge last night, so it's defrosted. So that'll go in the oven for around half an hour. In terms of seasoning, all I'm using for this chicken is a little bit of this barbecue seasoning from Aldi. It's very nice. I really enjoy this seasoning. But I don't put a lot on, just put like a little sort of sprinkle on top. Yeah, I guess there's some salt in it, but it's minor. I don't use a lot of it. There is the chicken breast prepped. Once the oven is warm, that will go in. So now let's take you through making my oats. Right guys, I'm not super confident with this tripod and how I've got it set up. It may fall over, but for the oats, the only brand of oats I'm ever having is this one, the organic jumbo oats. There's no shit in it. They taste amazing, and just the bigger, thicker oats just go so much better. So what I will do is I will put 100 grams of oats into this. And then what I like to use in terms of water, I like to use a 5-to-1 ratio. So 500 water. So I'm going to add that in now. So there's the oats. So 100 grams of oats, 500 grams of water, a little bit less than 500 grams. What I'll do then is I will put that in the microwave for 5 minutes. Yes, I blitzed the shit out of my oats. And I'll also add a gram of low salt and a gram of pink salt into this. And I'll do that now. And then I'll show you what I add to make the actual protein oats before I put it in the fridge after. Whilst that is cooking away, I will prep my cream of rice. So that is just going to be 100 grams of cream of rice and 400 grams of water. So what I do for that is, I've showed you loads of times, but it's literally just 400 grams of boiling water into a bowl, 100 grams of cream of rice on top, a gram of the low salt, a gram of the pink salt, whisk it up, whack it in the microwave maybe for a minute, whisk it up again, put it in the fridge. Easy. The oats have been blitzed, so what we're adding now is the salt that I mentioned earlier. And I've got a couple secret ingredients that I put in this which makes it so much better. First ingredient, 5 grams of baking powder. I'm going to be adding the white chocolate hazelnut perform whey into this. And then the last secret ingredient, which helps with the texture and the consistency, is psyllium husk. And I'm going to be adding 4 grams of this. So I really like psyllium husk. It's a source of fibre, so a little bit of extra fibre, and it just helps the texture. I'm going to mix this up, and then I'm going to put this into the fridge. And this is sort of what we're looking like. Perfect. That's going to go in the fridge now, and I'll have this for my last meal. I've also prepped my next meal, which is the cream of rice. I've got the Conte caramel biscuit, which I have actually just ran out of. This will go in the fridge for half an hour to 45 minutes to have for meal 2. Yes, people, here is the next meal, the cream of rice. So I've got 100 grams cream of rice, 10 grams of almond butter, 80 grams of blueberries, 50 grams of raspberries, and I'm going to watch this with some YouTube. Go and do a little walk after, and then crack on with the rest of the check-ins.
Scored it. 3 plates, baby. How you doing? I'm about to be in a good mood once I hit this. For you to know it's a wrap. Through your teats for that. your feelings. Does music still play? I don't need music. It does play, but we don't need no music for this one. Okay.
It is time for meal 3. The exposure setting's all weird on this camera today. Anyway, you can hear the dogs just walking around. Do you want to see them? So we've got Buffy. And we've got Bane. Probably waiting for their last meal, bless them. They're stick of meat. It's not food time for you guys yet. Anyway, meal 3 is a typical bodybuilding meal. It's chicken and rice, believe it or not. And for the veggies, we have got green beans, peppers, and yeah, we're gonna go green beans, peppers, and some sweet corn for the veg in this meal. Obviously, prepped the chicken earlier. Grab that out of the oven. I've got some rice already made, and then I'll just get the veggies done. I'll probably put them in the air fryer. I'll whip this together and then I'll show you the meal once I go to eat it. Here's the chicken that I prepped earlier. I'll be using 150 grams raw weight of this. I'll do the conversion because I weighed it all out in raw weight before. Obviously cooked weight's going to be different, but it depends on how long you cook your chicken for, how much the cooked weight's going to be. So to be the most accurate you can, weigh it raw, weigh the whole batch in raw. Say you have a kilo in raw, weigh it all in cooked, say then it's 700 grams cooked, then you know per 100 grams of raw is 70 grams of cooked. Easy as that. So I'm going to have 150 grams worth of raw chicken in this meal. Get it out.
That bit right there looks good.
Second to last meal time. What we are having is going to be sweet potatoes here, some salmon, some veggies, and some pineapple on the side. For the sweet potatoes, I'll just chop them up, whack them in the air fryer. Same with the salmon, I'm just going to whack it in the air fryer. But again, I'll speak through why I'm choosing all these foods at the end. But another carb source, a different carb source, potato. It could be sweet potato or it could be normal potato. And then we've got another meat source being a fatty fish, so salmon. I normally have salmon and cod, but I think I've run out of cod, so I may have to have another protein source for this as well. But we'll make that, probably get a few clips of me making it, eat that food, and then we've got the last meal left, which is the oats, which I'm so excited for. My favourite meal. See your little foot just come up in the background?
And it actually down.
No.
Okay.
Here we go then, people, meal 4. So, didn't have any cod, so I've just added some chicken that I prepped earlier. We've got some spinach, some beetroot. The beetroot is normally kimchi, but I have run out of that as well. Need to give it a shot. Obviously a sweet potato, got some reduced sugar and salt ketchup and lighter than light mayo, and then obviously some pineapple for dessert. So this is meal 4, and we got one more meal after this. Oh, again, I'm gonna watch it with some YouTube, and then I'm gonna go to the shop. Yeah, go to the shop and get everything I need for the rest of the weekend and for the week coming up.
You are. Alright, let's put some weight on there.
It's finally time for the oats, guys. Let me grab them from the fridge. Here they are. So like I mentioned earlier, I put them in the fridge and let them soak. And the reason I do this is by letting the oats soak, it breaks down the citric acid, which makes it easier to digest. Also, by letting it soak, it helps improve the nutrient absorption. So a lot of benefits to making it soak. Plus, it thickens them up, makes them a lot better. Prep this, all I'm going to do is I'm going to put 100 grams of fruit in this. I'll probably do 50 grams of cherries, frozen cherries, 50 grams of blueberries. And then I also have 100 grams of banana on top with 10 grams of dark chocolate. Ugh, man. I always look forward to this meal. On a rest day, it's the last meal. And I look forward to it all day. Instead of the cherries, I've whacked in raspberries because I had like 50 grams left in the pack. Just got rid of the pack. I also have 20 grams of dates in this meal as well. What I've done is I'm splitting this into 2 layers of toppings. The first one now is this. So we've got the blueberries and raspberries mixed in. On top we've got banana, 5 grams of dark chocolate that I've melted and drizzled on top, some cinnamon and the dates. And then what I'll do for the second layer is I'll put some more banana and the rest of the dates on, some more cinnamon and some almond butter, so 5 grams of almond butter. So I'm just splitting the 10 grams of dark chocolate up into 5 grams and 5 grams of almond butter.
Fire. We're gonna start very basic. We're gonna start with a nice slice of cheese. Imagine this is the best. It's gonna get a lot more different. Look, I get 3 cheese slices. Is it cash only?
It's funny how much I still enjoy food, even though my food's at like 4,000 calories. I literally love every single meal still. Appetite is just fucking raging. Yes then, YouTube, that was the full day of eating. It is now the next day. So I'm going to summarise this full day of eating. First off, I will just say my last meal is quite carb heavy. The reason being is I train in the morning during this week. And I don't like to have such a big meal before I train in the morning. So I like to have a little bit more carbs when I go to bed. I'd still give it a good 2 hours to digest before I sleep, so it is digested, but I just noticed that I sleep a little bit better when I have more carbs before I sleep, and I wake up with a little bit more energy just because the glycogen stores are nice and full. Let's break down the full day. We will start off with the carb sources that I'm having. So like I said, I like a variety of carb sources. And in this day, we have got 4 main carb sources really. Well, 5 if we count like the fruits. Number 1, we've got sourdough. Number 2, we've got rice and cream of rice. Number 3, we've got sweet potatoes. Number 4, we've got oats. And then we've got obviously our carbohydrates from fruit and then a little bit through veg. So they're the main carb sources. And all of these carb sources digest incredibly well for me, and they're all from whole foods. Now going into the protein sources, again we've got a variety of protein sources. So we've got eggs, we've got bacon medallions, whey, chicken, salmon. Normally I would have cod as well. So there's the variety of protein sources. On a training day I actually have lean beef mince instead of the fish meal. So we've got a little bit more variety through the diet there as well. Now let's cover off the micronutrients, which I think is super important for bodybuilding. Majority of people are so deficient in micronutrients, and micronutrients help so many bodily processes, especially when it comes to building muscle. First off, like I mentioned previously in the video, we're going to cover off how much fruit and veg we have in total. During this day, in total, I had 1,050 grams combined of fruits and vegetables, and they were split throughout the meals, as you could see. And let's cover what we are hitting micronutrient wise. So when it comes to your B vitamins, such as B1, B2, B3, B6, B12, we are hitting that through oats, rice, sourdough, chicken, salmon, eggs, bacon, and a little bit through the whey. When it comes to iron, we are hitting that through spinach, oats, chicken, eggs, beetroot. Calcium. We are moderate in calcium, but it's because I don't like to eat a lot of dairy. I feel like dairy definitely throws my digestion a little bit. So we are getting some calcium still through the whey protein, through the calcium, through the spinach, and through the almond butter. Magnesium, we are hitting a nice amount of magnesium, and I also supplement magnesium to bump that up extra. When it comes to training and being a trained individual, we want high amounts of magnesium. Magnesium is used in so many muscle building processes, and majority of people are deficient in magnesium. In terms of what we're hitting magnesium with, we have the oats, we have the dark chocolate, we have the almond butter, we have the spinach, and we have the sweet potato. And obviously I then supplement elemental magnesium on top of that. For things like sodium, potassium, I am getting that through pink salt and low salt, but I also get a lot of potassium through the bananas, through the dates, through the spinach. Vitamin C, we are getting a bunch from blueberries, raspberries, the peppers, the tomatoes, and also the berries, such as raspberries, blueberries, also work as a nice antioxidant. Vitamin K we are getting through spinach, green beans, beetroot. Omega-3s, I obviously supplement these as well to bump up my total intake, but we are getting some omega-3s through the salmon. Zinc we are getting through chicken, eggs, oats, and the whey. And I obviously supplement vitamin D because we live in the UK and we do not get a lot of sunlight. But when you're supplementing vitamin D, make sure you're taking it with K2. So you want to be buying a supplement with vitamin D3 and K2 because the K2 is what is going to help absorb that vitamin and make sure you're just not weeing it out. Another little bits to note. We obviously would have kimchi in the diet, but I didn't have any. That would be really good for your gut biome and gut health. I also, on a training day, will have some yogurt, again, some probiotics, prebiotics, which will help the gut. And we also did have pineapple during this day, which I forgot to put on the whole total calorie thing. But the pineapple helps with some digestive enzymes to help digest that food. So yeah, there's the full day of eating. I'm going to do another one for my training day and show you how I split my meals around sort of pre and post workout and intra workout because they are the most important meals of the day on a training day. I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you if you've managed to watch this far, and I will catch you in the next video. If you've learned anything, like, give me a comment, subscribe, whatever, and I'll see you in the next video, which I will do a full day of eating on a training day. Cheers.